Welcome back to the Leeds View. Leeds aren't really playing very well, but they seem to keep winning. The sign of a good side, isn't it? To review the last couple of Easter fixtures and look ahead to the Coventry game, we're joined by resident Leeds fan Steve. How are you, Steve? All right?
Oh, good. I'm just getting over the stress of us beating Hull because what a relief that was. I don't feel like I'm enjoying results anymore. It's more relief now when we win. So, yeah, I've been able to come down today.
All right, okay. And also we're going to be talking, obviously, about the Coventry game. We're also going to be asking for your Leeds Man of March. Who's the player that stood out in the last month? And be asking you, what is the best last-minute winner you have seen scored in a Leeds shirt? So stay around to the end of the video, and we're going to get into Steve's view on all of that. Let's get straight into it then. You've played Watford and you've played Hull the last 6 days. Do you think Leeds are looking a bit leggy?
Yeah, I tried to look really optimistically at the international break, thinking we needed a break, get the lads back, and just to get a bit of rhythm. But actually, I didn't realise, if I'm honest, how many players went away, and we've had some real bad injuries hit us. Gruev, who's coming to the team this season and has looked absolutely class for us, has been a big miss. Archie Gray was away. Firpo came back late. Ampadu rode on. Dan James were part of the Wales game, obviously going to penalties. Dan James had to put up with a missed penalty. So, yeah, I definitely think there has been a bit of legginess. I think there's been a few niggling injuries as well. Like even Ruta had some minor hernia surgery, so he's not at full rhythm, as Farker would say. So, yeah, I definitely think there's been a bit of legginess in the last couple of games for us. But like you said at the start, a sign of a good team is conceding and continuing to respond. Watford did not see that, and I was conscious that it was an 8 o'clock kickoff. I thought the fans would be up for it, and rightly so. Cleverly, Adam playing very well. But yeah, credit to us getting those goals. I know you've asked me about Somerville. I've been down to mention it. What a goal he scored against Watford. And then, yeah, Hull. Wow, 2 late goals. And Hull and Leicester. Yeah, Hull are up there for me with Leicester as the best team I've seen at Elland Road this year. They were really good on the ball. Lots of tidy players. But they didn't actually create too much against us. So it was a little bit tense because they kept having the ball, and I think it'll be a handful of teams, maybe even only 2 or 3, that have ended the game with more possession than us, percent-wise. Hull definitely did that. But once again, found a way to break through. So, yeah, a big old relief for Leeds fans after the last couple of games.
Can I ask you about the Gray-Kamara partnership? It doesn't seem to be working as effectively as it has done previously. First of all, do you agree with that? And secondly, what do you put that down to?
Yeah, well, we've not really seen Gray and Kamara play too much together. What Farker liked is Ampadu or Gruev in the midfield as a bit of the enforcer to break it up, and then allowing Kamara to have a little bit more freedom. Watford, we played Ampadu in midfield and brought in Liam Cooper. Poor club captain got some heavy criticism. It was woeful defending for the second goal. And we had to put Ampadu back and then push Gray in. And, it was a real first start against Hull with them two playing. And I think part of it is Gray is still only 18, right? He's still learning that game in centre mid. And I think there's a little bit of, rustiness, newness, whatever word I'm looking for. We need that enforcer next to Kamara or Gray, because I think them two are the same type of player. So we need someone else alongside them. But with the injuries that we've got at the moment, and unfortunately the way that Cooper didn't cover himself in glory at centre-back, Ampadu and Rodon have had a great partnership. It's been one of the catalysts for the run that we've gone on in 2024. So, yeah, it's difficult without Gruev in there at the moment. So hopefully it improves against Coventry on Saturday.
Okay. All right, let's look ahead to Coventry then. First of all, yeah. Bamford, Joseph.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that one.
Yeah, I mean, Bamford has scored a real good handful of goals. Looks really leggy against Hull. Missed an absolute sitter. I know that you
It's
can be
not
put
like
off.
him.
Yeah, he makes up for it with handball goals.
Yeah.
But no, do you know, it was, you can try to forgive it, or did the defender get a touch? Did that put him off? But no way should you not be burying that. And it'd have made the rest of the game a lot calmer for us, certainly. But Joseph, he's absolutely flying on confidence. He came on, really sort of changed the front line because he looked sharp. He had that pace. He's got a big build to him as well, so he's not scared to get involved and put his weight about. He went away with Spain and made his under-21 debut. Got a goal for them, so yeah, he's there and he's raring to go. But I don't think Farker's going to change that. I think it will still be Bamford remaining starting up front for us. With, if it needs changing, we know that Mateo Joseph's more than comfortable doing so. Getting that late goal against Watford, doing really well against Hull. So I don't see him starting ahead of Bamford. But long term, I think he's really starting to look like he could be our number 9.
All right, then. A tricky game then against Coventry. How does he approach it?
Yeah, really, really tough. They're on some really good form. I know they lost at Cardiff with those 2 own goals, which is incredibly unfortunate yet comical. Let's not lie. But no, they're really good. Away, they're trying to get into the playoffs. There's a few teams out there. I think it's Hull, Preston, Coventry, Norwich. So I expect a really difficult game, but he has to go out there and continue doing what we do, which is to play on the front foot and try to get that early goal and keep it tight at the back. I do think Ampadu and Rodon have been excellent for us. So hopefully we can quieten down Elliot Sims because he's on a rich run of vein of form at the moment. So try to keep him quiet, and I think we're halfway there to getting a decent result away on Saturday.
Yeah, Ellis Sims is bagging them for fun.
Ellis
Yeah,
Sims, sorry.
let's get some predictions from you then before we get your man of March. All right then, Coventry Leeds 1-1 Ellen Road. It was a feisty game with
Yeah,
eight yellow cards. How do you see this one going?
really tight. I don't think there's going to be a lot in it. Personally, I think we can limit them as long as we quieten Sims. But we have to really start. We have to use this week to get back into a bit of a groove because Watford and Hull, like we've already mentioned, we looked a little bit leggy. So start quick, get at them, and hopefully that'll create a lot of goals. But there's not one part of me that doesn't think it's going to be a tight game. So I'm going to predict a 1-0 Leeds win.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Leeds fans, if you are follow the content, please press the like button down. It means so much to us. We know there's so many Leeds content out there, but if you're watching, we really, really still appreciate it. All right then. Few contenders for this award we're going to give out. The Leeds Player of the Month for March. Not going to Somerville. So where's it going?
I think it's between 2. I'm not going to go with him, but I think Rodon has been outstanding. He quietly does his job at the back week in, week out. He's consistently good. Where some players drop off a little bit, Rodon doesn't. He's commanding, he's growing in confidence. I think he's had an excellent March for us. But the player that I think for me has been the standout, even though some of his performances haven't been standout, has been Rutte. Constantly getting the assists. Yes, he does lose the ball and it can be infuriating. But I know it's April technically, but even against Hull, what a run that he went on before that first goal. He got a couple of important assists against Millwall and in a few other games as well. He's just been able to unlock those defences. So I'm going to give it to Rutte basically on the assists he's built up.
Finally, then, what's the best 90th plus minute goal you've seen scored by a Leeds player?
I'm going to go with two, and both are by the same player, Lee Bowyer. So my first ever game for Leeds, 1997, 3-0 down within 35 minutes against Derby. And we beat them 4-3, 90th minute, Lee Bowyer. It was pandemonium. I'll never, ever forget it. And I think that's what really made me addicted to Leeds. And then a few years later, we beat AC Milan at Elland Road with Bowyer again getting a 90th minute winner. So, yeah, 90th minutes belong to Lee Bowyer in my childhood.
Okay. All right, Leeds fans, can you better that? Can you think of a time or a goal which was scored past the 90th minute, which has been more important than those two? If you can, comment below. Thank you very much, Steve. Enjoy the game against Coventry. 5 more games to go then after this one, and we are with you all the way on Terrace Talk. Good luck, and we'll see you next week.
All the best.